Surface Strings, and welcome to today's lesson. Trust you're doing well. Today we're going to be learning something new, something interesting, and to make this easy to carry everybody along rather. I'll be doing this in the key of C. We'll be learning how to improvise. I'll take you step by step, and we might have several parts. The reason is because I would like to really dwell on some subjects, right? So bear with me. So in this first part, in the intro, let's learn the chords first. We'll be using this backing track, this progression. The progression is fa, mi, re, in the key of C, starting with your fourth chord, all sevenths. So your fourth is going to be F major seventh. Then the next chord is your 3, which is your E minor 7. Then your third chord is your second chord in the key of C, which is D minor 7. Then back to 4. So the progression is fa, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and that's just all. So you can add these embellishments, right, to make it sound more interesting. So you can add this hammer on. So with your pinky on string 2, you hammer on. So you're doing. So but now, then for your 3. The first one, solado, mi solati. So let me take that slowly. So you need to really strengthen those fingers. You can also do start slowly. Tireti, solaso. And that's for the chords, right? So let's get into the first concept. So to solo or improvise, I prefer improvise, right? When you use the word improvise, solo is just, okay, they're more or less, they are interwoven, right? So for a song structure, you might have the intro, the first verse, chorus, maybe second verse, second chorus, and probably bridge. Then you might have a section for solo. So what is required of you is to use your creativity to coin lines, to create lines, to form lines on the go. So to improvise, first you need to know the key. That's the first thing you want to really take note of. You want to know the key you're playing in this case, you're playing in the key of C. Next, you want to you want to know the chords being played. So this has to do with your ears, building a strong ear. So you know the sound of the 4, you know the sound of the 3, the sound of the 2, the sound of the 5, the sound of, right? So you want to know the chords, and this would be a great guide to helping you play a great solo. So once you know this, the first, so let's take it like to the basics, right? So you want to learn haven't established the key. So the first scale you want to play is your major scale. This simple scale. So let me just try to loop the progression as I speak, and I'll try to demonstrate in real time. So right. Okay, this is too fast. Let me do that again. Okay. have the backing track now. So the first scale, like I said, is your major right, and the reason why this scale is going to sound nice over this chords is because it's the binding scale. It's the scale that holds all the chords together. So all of the chords in this key, C, they are all derived from the C major scale. They were built from this scale. So if you play your C major scale, so just random playing, you're going to really sound like nice. That's for the complete novice. But you want to go a step further than that, other than just playing this scale randomly. You want to, what's the word now? You want to really put in your creativity. So you want to be intentional. You want to spell out. You want to really highlight those chords. You want to tell a story with your lines, with your improvisation. And to do this, you really need to go beyond just playing the major scale. So the major scale is just an option for like a complete beginner. So you want to, and it's going to help you, right? So you want to learn all the positions in the key of C major. So you want to really master your fretboard. So that's the first exercise I would want you to, that's the first exercise I want you to really dig into. Next, you want to identify the chords. In this case, Fa, Mi, Re, Mi, 4, 3, 2, 3. You want to play the arpeggios. In this case, you're playing sevenths. Now, arpeggio means broken chords. So you're just breaking the chords. So you want to play all the notes in this chord. Fa, La, Do, Mi, Fa, La, Do. So you want to know all the arpeggios. For me, it's Mi, So, Ti, Re, Mi, So, Ti, Re, Fa, La, Do, Re, Fa, La, Do. I don't know if I'm too fast, but I think I've covered this in some other lessons. For Do. So you really have to learn this. That is for those that are not used to this scale. So if you want to learn more, you can go to my previous lessons. If you want a more tailored, customized course, I also do WhatsApp training. So I'll drop the link somewhere, probably in the description box, so you can just reach out to me and we'll discuss on how to get your lessons to you. So back to the lesson. So play your arpeggios. So let me play that over the backing track. So you want to take that all the time. You may not really play everything. You want to play your arpeggios, so that's another another option. I'll try to break down the solo in the next lesson, in the next part rather. So I really applied the arpeggios, the concept. So I started with something. I started with the descending arpeggio of this middle of our middle. So I use some of these concepts in the next part. So make sure you watch the next part, right? So let me give you some phrases. Another option is to play licks. So really, music is a language, and every language has its alphabet. So when you're just playing the major scale, you're just playing the musical alphabet. It's a musical alphabet, just like saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It does not make sense on its own. But when you creatively begin to join those alphabets, those letters together to form, probably start from two letter words, I, S, is, A-T, at, then you begin to form simple words, then you form three letter words, then from words you begin to form phrases, then from phrases you begin to form sentences, and so on and so forth. That concept, right? So the whole concept of a language, everything you how you approach learning a language also applies musically. So you want to learn the scale first, then from the scale you're not just playing, you want to form lines, something like this, from the major scale. So you can form jazzy lines. You can play patterns, your major scale. So let me just play. I'll just use the major scale in this first part, right? I'll go to some of these other concepts where you learn licks, you build phrases intentionally, so that way you can form more creative lines. So I'll just use the major scale. Different positions from the major scale. I'm using slides. Something like that, right? So I don't want this to be too lengthy, like I said. In the next part, we'll really dig into some of these concepts, right? So slides, using hammer rock, playing scales across two adjacent strings. So improvisation is really about your creativity. How creative can you be with the tools you're given? And in the next part, we would also learn how to use the pentatonic scale. So just make sure you stay tuned, right? I know I've said this a lot of times, so it's time to go. I'll see you in the next lesson. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please click on that subscribe button. There is a whole lot you'll be learning on this channel. I can't overemphasize that. You can also click on that notification bell so you always stay notified each time I post new videos, right? So bye, see you in the next lesson.